So if we're moving on to developing, so strengthening your team, and when we talk about development, we're really talking about keeping your developing your people so that you retain them. Now, developing and offering development opportunities for your team will ensure they're more likely to stay with you, because if they don't get development from you, they're going to end up going elsewhere. Gallup talks about the 5 essential elements of well-being. So development and well-being definitely go hand in hand. And at this point in time, people are actually expecting a lot more of their employer as well. The well-being aspect, we've got a lot of young people coming through into the workforce, and they've all been told how wonderful they are all through childhood and all through school, and they turn up to the workforce and they expect work to be able to offer value to their lives. And I think that's starting to flow through to other generations as well. We want workplace to be a place where we fit in and it adds value to our lives in general. So Gallup looked at the 5 essential elements of well-being, and he's got career, so enjoying what you do; social, having opportunity to build friendships; financial, being able to afford to a basic level of living; physical well-being, so having the energy to do the things that you do; and community well-being, um, enjoying where you live. So, but I think as an employer, so if we've got HR professionals or employers in the room, are you offering support for your employees to all 5 areas of well-being, or are you just tapping into the one? We have a lot of employers who will do EAP programs. They might have fruit in the workplace, maybe have massages. That's always a good one for employers to offer. But can you expand on that to the 5? So if we have a look at financial well-being at the moment, I'm sure everyone in the room is watching the RBA increase the interest rates. It seems really fast at the moment, but your employees are as well. So is there a possibility where they're quite happy in their workplace, but because of financial need, they're going to need to look elsewhere to an employer that might offer more money, or they might offer better, um, better benefits. So financial well-being, is there an opportunity to offer your staff access to a financial counselor, someone to help assess their finances as an employer, like that genuine desire to help people authentically? And I think that's a massive opportunity at the moment for employers who want to retain their staff to have a look at how authentic are we being in wanting to develop and support our employees' well-being. So, scary stat now. So, 85% of employees are either not engaged or actively disengaged at work. Not sure how many people have come across TikTok, but there's some TikToks happening at the moment where they're talking about quiet quitting. And they're a really good back and forth between an employee, probably a millennial, and her manager. And they're talking about um, how quiet quitting. So quietly not just reaching your KPIs, maybe just leaving on time, like doing the things that you have to do to get by, but not doing extra. And I think it's a really interesting concept at the moment, and I think it's a bit scary for employers. One thing that we're doing is helping companies. We've got an engagement assessment, and what companies are actually getting us to do is assessing different sites or offices or the whole company as a general, and we can actually see the percentage of people who are actually engaged and who's actively engaged. So who are the ones within an organization who might be turning up to work every day, but while they're there, they're a negative influence, and they're not supportive of the company's goals and values and where it's actually heading. And it's critical information to be able to use, particularly in this environment where you need to keep your people, because finding new people is incredibly difficult. So having a look at the engagement levels of your team is a really good opportunity at the moment. This is a personal narrative report, and it's something that some of our larger organizations that we work with use. And it's done at the prior to hiring, and then at the 6-month mark, once someone's settled in, they get given a personal narrative report. And it's all about well-being and developing their self, because we know that issues outside the workplace impact inside the workplace. Um, and there's data that we've been using for years that shows that when someone is going through something outside the workforce, so it could be or outside the workplace, so it could be a relationship breakdown, a house move, maybe financial pressures, the likelihood is that their work performance will suffer. So elements like their focus and concentration reduces, their capacity to handle stress reduces, their ability to relate with people and work, their managers who might be struggling outside the workplace, how are they then supporting their team? And are they doing it in a way which is how you want it to be done? Um, Problem solving skills, are they able to think on their feet when they've got all this outside of work stuff going on? And also someone's ability to use their intuition and identify safety concerns. It's all impacted. And these things, they're not only a risk to the person and their own well-being, but they're also a risk to the company. So what this development plan and the personal narrative report does is it helps people better understand themselves. And because well-being and development, it's a very personal journey, and it's something that employers can open the door to, but the employees need to want to do it themselves. And some of the employees will take these personal narrative and run with it straight away. Others might put it on the back burner for a few months and pick it up later. But what it's doing is it's starting the conversation, and it's opening up the opportunity for people to um, just take that self development ownership themselves. So if we summarize development, so strengthening your people, which is about retaining your people, well-being, are you considering all 5 areas of well-being to support engagement and retention with your company? Engagement, are you measuring your workforce engagement to target your retention and development strategies? Because if we have critical information, we can actually tailor our processes to it. And development, so supporting employees to develop their self.